Welcome to the Latent Frontier, everybody. In this video, I'm going to give you 6 excellent use cases for ChatGPT Work that you should be using and that are very easy for almost anyone to use. It doesn't require advanced capabilities or technical knowledge. The first one is skills, and let's go ahead and transition over to my workspace so I could show you how easy it is to create your own skills. And you can also bring skills in from Claude. So you may have Claude and a bunch of skills there. You can actually bring those right into ChatGPT from Claude, no problem. Okay, so the first one is skills. And skills are easy to build. All you have to do is, first of all, make sure you're in the Work tab here of ChatGPT. You can use either the desktop app or just the web app, whatever you prefer for this. And what you're going to want to do to build skills is, well, the easy way and the way I prefer is you can just type into the chat here, like, let's build a skill to, and so on, right? And we'll build one together, but I want to show you the other way you can build one. You could go here to the left sidebar where it says plugins, click that, and then in the top right, you're going to see where it says skills. And in here, go to, this is first of all where it'll show you the skills you have installed and you have created here. You can just hit the plus sign and you can do create with chat, which was what I was about to do. You can also do create with editor, which means you can actually type in more detail, basically the name, the description, the instructions, or you can upload, right? So if you have the skill from Claude, you can actually just upload it. Alternately, you can copy and then paste the markdown file here into the editor or even just into the chat. Either way, all you really have to do is take the download you get out of Claude from your skill, bring it in here, and then this is how you build it. So use Skill Creator, and it already pre-prompts the beginning for you here. So what type of skill should we make? Use Skill Creator to help me create a skill. Keep it conversational and start by asking what the skill should do. Okay, so help me create a skill that will scan the markets every morning. This is one nice skill that I like to use. I use this one on Claude, and you may have seen this in my Claude skills video. Scan the markets every morning and give me a report. Or I shouldn't say every morning because technically you can use this skill anytime. So I'll say to help me scan the markets and give me a thorough report about conditions, trends, data, winners, losers, hot new stocks, or ETFs. And you can customize this as much as you would like, and I do recommend that because the more, just like everything with AI, the more specific you can be to what you want and what you need, the better a job it's going to do. But for our cases, we're just going to tell it to do this, and it's going to go ahead and start building it. Usually it takes, depending on what you're building, it might take a couple minutes or so, and we'll let it work and we will come right back. Okay, so it is just about done. It's stress testing everything. I just want you to see kind of the process it goes through. It built it. It says it's setting up sensible defaults. The first build is complete and structurally valid. It's now stress testing it. and it's finishing even as we speak. The stress test passed. It produced a genuine regime read, cited winners and losers, recent IPO ETF coverage, a 5-name research queue, false positives catalyst, and explicit limitations, and so on and so forth. So as you can see, you can build these skills really easily just by talking to it. The other way you can do it, other than going into the sidebar, is you can just put skill in here and start telling it what type of skill you want it to build. So it's all pretty easy, and it's updating the link and everything now, just so it's going to be basically built in to our system. And what you can basically do in the future, it's called Market Opportunity Scanner, right? So it'll even tell you right here, invoke it with @scan market opportunities. But you could even just say, use our market opportunity scanner, and it'll go ahead and do it. You don't have to type the actual @scan dash market scan opportunities. This is something I've noticed. It knows what you want if you're pretty clear. The only time it may get confused is if you have two different skills that are named just about the same thing. So now it's going to start looking through the market data, and let's move on. See, it's even searching 20 websites, reading the remote skills documentation, sourcing report templates. Very useful to be able to create your own skills, because you can essentially create skills for all the things that you're doing repeatedly. So you don't have to keep doing them manually. It'll just do it for you, and it just saves you a lot of time. And maybe we'll come back in a second and see what the results were. But next, I want to show you plugins. So this is another important part of ChatGPT Work. And all you have to do here is go to the plugins section here, and you can connect. Think of it as a connector. You can connect GitHub, Gmail, Google Drive, your calendar, Slack, Notion. So you can plug them in, and all you really have to do is you go in, you hit the plus, and it's basically going to ask you to sign it in, to log in and connect, right? That's it. And then you'll have it connected. And then what you'll do if you want to use it, so for example, say you plug in your Google Drive, which is very handy. You go into the chat, make sure you're in the work section, and then you just hit the plus sign, and you go down here to where it says Google Drive. You click Google Drive, and that's it. So then I could say, search my Drive folder, because I basically connected it to just one folder in a certain Google Drive. Search my Drive folder and tell me about the most recent updates. And so that's how plugins works. It's very simple too. I just wanted to get these two out of the way, because using skills and plugins really helps you to do a lot of different things. They're almost like little modular foundations to using ChatGPT Work in a great way. Okay, so here it goes. It's looking through my Etheria folder. It's trying to find what changed. Areas Kronborg development, most recent update, August 16th. It talks about these changes, 4 accepted entries. This is all ties into a dashboard I created. So next, what I want to do is show you the branch function, right? And what this does, it allows you to start a new chat. So have you ever had the issue where you're talking to ChatGPT or another AI, and you kind of start a new thread, a new topic that you're going through? And you want to talk more about it, but you kind of want it in a separate chat, because you want to continue the current chat for a certain purpose, but you want to branch into another chat for this second topic. This is how you can do it, and it's handy, it's easy. So it's the dots down at the bottom here. All right, you click it, you go branch in new chat, and it's going to automatically open up a new chat with just that last message it sent you. And that way you can continue the conversation. Like, hey, great. Now let's discuss so on and so forth, right? So that is how you set up a branched chat. That is number 3. Okay, skill number 4, finished files. And this can take many forms, but it is extremely useful. You can build either slide decks, which is what I'm doing a lot. You can build spreadsheets, just files such as like a written file that you're going to keep in Google Docs or elsewhere, like a PDF that you want to build. So a few different formats of files, but the reason that ChatGPT is so good at this is because um, it's a sort of agentic workflow, and that is the beauty of ChatGPT Work. You don't have to walk it through one step at a time, and we'll get more into that in a moment. But essentially, it can research for you, and then it can build images and design the style of those slides, and then it can complete the slide deck for you. And in this case, my request is for it to make a slide deck that looks like this, right? This style. I just basically uploaded this picture. I took a screenshot of this slide style for like school or for a middle school, and I want it to make me a slide deck in this style, basically. Perhaps you're a teacher and you want to do something similar. Very simple. You give it the picture, and then we'll see how good of a job it does. Because the image generation in ChatGPT is pretty solid. So what I did is I clicked the plus button, I clicked add photo or files, and I added that picture that I just showed you. And now I'm going to say, please research biology, an appropriate biology lesson for one school day at 8th grade level, and create the slide deck so that I have enough material to cover most of the class. Please use the styling of the attached image. Okay. And it's going to go off and do this on its own, right? I'll put it to high just because I want to make sure it's giving us a really nice look. And you can go even higher. You can go to extra high or max, but it uses up more of your usage if you do that. So it's going to go ahead and start. And the cool thing about this, it demonstrates something that I'm about to talk about a little more, but that is the agentic workflow side, meaning it's doing various things here, right? First, it's researching an appropriate biology lesson for one school day at 8th grade level. Then it's going to create a slide deck based on that research, input all that info into different slides, and it's even going to style and attach imagery and so on based on all of what we need and based on the image that I provided it. So here it goes. It's choosing the topic, cells as systems, how organelles keep a cell alive. And it's working with the slide deck aesthetic that I gave it. And it looks like it's working quickly. So it may actually finish right here for us. Let's see if it finishes it up fast. Usually it takes a minute or two. It's not too bad at all. Let's see what we got. But here you could see it working, building our slide. We'll give it a moment and we'll be right back. Okay, so the biology slide deck is done. Usually for some reason you can't see it right here until you click onto the link itself, and then you can see it. And what do you think, guys? Pretty good. It took the styling. I think it looks beautiful. This would be great for a teacher. So I hope teachers are using these tools. So these are valuable tools you can be using. Cells are tiny systems. Which parts stop working first? Look at the way it styled them all perfectly, like those photos. And the even more impressive part is I just took a screenshot of this slide style, and it didn't even have pictures of all these. It was just one screenshot of all these kind of crammed together slides, and it figured it out. A cell is more like a working school than a bag of parts. As you can see, did a great job. Everything looks clean. I'm not seeing any errors here. Mitochondria, and it's a lot of slides. How many we got here? That's somewhere on 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, somewhere around 18 slides. So there you can see how well it puts together slides, and I highly recommend this system for building slides. You can also build spreadsheets or other documents as needed. Next, we have a little bit of a continuation with Agentic Workflows, which honestly we were doing in the last one as well, building the slides. But I wanted to actually do another example because this one points a little bit more to the capabilities it has also for the web browser, the cloud browser, I should say, that is now built into the system. So we're going to ask it, research the current paid plans from ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, and Grok using their official websites. Verify prices and major features, compare them, recommend the best two for most users, and create a concise report with sources. And the interesting thing about this is it's not just browsing websites. It is now going to use its cloud browser. So it's actually going to go visit these sites. It's going to compare, look at the prices, look at the features. It's going to compare and contrast them. It's going to reason through them. It's going to start to process that and apply it to this PDF or document that we want built. It's going ahead, it's checking the different pricings and comparisons for these different AI plans, and it's going to go ahead and build our PDF or document. So let's actually do that. We'll give it just a second and we will return. All right, so it put together our AI paid plans comparison PDF. Its conclusion apparently is that it likes ChatGPT Plus and Google AI Pro. Okay, simple, straightforward. I didn't give it any styling guidance, so it kept it professional and clean. Let's kind of zoom in here. ChatGPT versus Claude. Okay, 20 a month, bottom line. Verified price ladder. So you see, this isn't an overly simplistic PDF. It really goes into detail, comparisons, what type of features are included in each one, right? What each provider is best at. This is good. I like the color-coded AI models. Let's see what it says. ChatGPT Plus combines GPT 5.6 advanced reasoning with deep research, image creation, file work, voice, projects, scheduled tasks, custom GPTs, codecs, and ChatGPT Work, which is what we're going over now. And I honestly think ChatGPT Work is what is pushing OpenAI to the frontier or to the top right now. As you may have known, Claude was in the lead, and it still is in the lead with enterprises and big businesses, I believe. But I think for the consumer, ChatGPT is starting to take the baton and run ahead. And there's the sources. So there you have PDF. Okay, and our sixth feature or our sixth insane use case for ChatGPT Work is voice. We actually have, I'm going to give you two bonus skills or features, things you can use now in ChatGPT Work, which I think are amazing, which actually allow you to create dashboards that update themselves. But first, I'm going to show you the voice, a teaser of the voice video, of the voice feature. All you really do is you click this and you can dictate. For example, hello, how are you doing? Can you go ahead and look up the weather in Dallas, please? And you hit the stop button, it transcribes it, and that's it. I use it all the time on my phone, to be fair, which is much easier because it just automatically transcribes. You just hit the little mic button or the little mic button on there. But there's way more you can do with this. For example, you can actually go into a voice mode where you're talking. It's the little circle with like lines in it on your phone, and it basically is like you're talking with a human. It sounds very human. You can go back and forth conversing, but that's not even the coolest feature. Now, if you're using Codex or the ChatGPT desktop app, you can actually use voice to kind of tell it what to do, to tell it to spin up new chats, new workflows, new projects, work on new apps for you, etc. And you can also even do it remotely. So you could be on your phone, relaxing, on the beach, and you're talking to your chat GPT assistant, telling it, listen, I want you to go to my slide deck project that I'm building for this high school, and I want you to actually spin up 3 other new slide deck projects. One for this, one for this, one for this. And actually, why don't you go ahead and put on my calendar each day next week where you see a slot or opening for my biology class to go ahead and implement that particular slide deck, so I have the schedule all set up for me for next week. This is just the tip of the iceberg. You can think of a million use cases there. Now, let's go to our bonus skills or features. And the other ones are sites. All you do is you could type @sites. You'll see this blue thing pop up and you say, help me build a website for my consulting business. Look in, and even better, since we already connected it to our Google Drive, I can go look in our Google Drive to get the info about my business and its goals, and then make it a very visually appealing website with bright colors and so on, right? You get the idea. And the way I build these dashboards is I build a site like I'm doing right here. So you could see how that's done. You could just go right here and say, schedule a task every morning at 6 a.m. PST to update my consulting website with a new article in our blog page, right? And then essentially you could either write the article and just put them in your Google Drive folder so that it can just grab it. Refer to our Google Drive for the properly dated article, just so it'll know based on the date of the article. If you put the date in the title, it'll know which one to grab for that day's consulting article to go into your blog. Or you could actually just tell it, schedule, this might even be better for a lot of people. With a new article, you can actually have it build the article every morning. Schedule a task every morning at 6 a.m. PST to update my consulting website. And this just unlocks so many things. That's why I was saying at the beginning, we want to make sure we're using the plugins, the skills. You could even have a skill as part of a regular scheduled task. So it unlocks so many different options, so many possibilities. Okay, let's finish with a new article that you write that is most relevant to my business. Okay, so that's it. So you can actually have a scheduled task every morning where it writes an article for you and it puts it on the website that it helped you build, which is hosted here, right? But these are 6 great use cases for ChatGPT Work, including 2 bonuses: the sites, which it hosts here on ChatGPT for you. It's all included as part of your subscription, and scheduled tasks. 2 bonuses. If you enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up, guys. Glad to provide some more education around AI, the frontier of technology, and ChatGPT Work really is impressing me. And I think it's really just the beginning of something amazing. So thank you for stopping by the Latent Frontier, guys. I'm Jess, and I will catch you on the flip side.